in essence, does the same thing, because we're on the same path that occurred in the 30s, just rhyming with it, not exactly duplicating it.
So in your mind, then, the powers that be that control money and everything today, that the wild cards that they do not think about is
they're basically stupid.
Earth changes and all the other stuff that's going on that they don't get.
They're the side effects of their own actions. They are these people that, because of we can get into whether or not they're reptiles and all of that. It doesn't matter. But they don't understand.
They certainly act like reptiles, right?
And they're always in reptilian mind because they're not aware of the greater psychology of what's going on. So they're not even prepared for the side effects of their own actions. And they're failing now, and it's inevitable that they will fail, and there's going to just be this huge aha moment at some point for vast quantities of the people in the planet, and then we're going to see some real huge change.
Are they that stupid?
Well, yeah. Who, the powers that be?
The powers that be.
Yes, they are, in fact, they're clever, but they're not particularly smart because they always live in reptile mind, and they can't get themselves out of it, and they can't conceive of anything outside of themselves. So imagine a situation where you have a highly advanced space alien race come zipping over here to Earth, sees what's going on, and they can dominate us technologically, but they're puzzled by us because that race that it got here is not self-examining. They don't even have the idea of psychology or meditation.
So the old Ike idea that they're not really spiritual beings, they're just drones or whatever.
No, not drones.
But not a good word, but reptiles is what
Yeah, you might as well use that because of the reptilian brain. They're trapped in ritual. They can't think outside of themselves.
Pain, pleasure thing, huh?
Yeah. And they don't have a higher thought. They're enamored of us because of our ability to reach spiritual states in which we will do tremendous things, including self-sacrifice. No reptile will ever be caught in a self-sacrificing situation. It's just not part of their makeup. They will cause the others to die rather than accept a self-sacrificing situation that you might see. So they do not understand the Hadrian at the gate model of human behavior, and it freaks them out. And then they just sort of ignore it and go on about their business. Well, unfortunately, they've kind of ignored it, and it's all piling up, and it's now going to come crashing around their ears. And I think, indeed, there's going to be an awakening, but it won't be this rapturous ascension, birds singing and all of that. It's going to be the biggest chaotic mass that anybody can imagine, probably followed by a couple of centuries worth of partying once all the reptiles are gone. And we've straightened things out if we manage to get through these next few years, because we've got the sun doing weird stuff on us.
Well, the sun's doing. Do you think about why Clif High is here now and why you've incarnated at this point? And
Sure, all the time. Yeah. It drives me crazy, but there's no definitive answer, so I try and keep busy and do real work instead.
Oh, you mean, but do you think you're doing your dharma karma kind of thing, though? I mean...
I know that's the case because I've learned to take the feedback from universe, and when I stray away from that, universe slaps me upside the head, and I say, ow, and I don't do that anymore. So, yes, I do. And I resent it terribly because it keeps me away from being out on the boat.
Yeah. Well, Clif Hyatt is always just such a gas to talk to you. We covered a lot of territory here. Now, tell folks how they can get your latest issue.
You can buy all of that on halfpasthuman.com if you have a mind to, but you're probably better off just ignoring it and going about in your own exploration of reality.
Well, it's really funny because there's lots of times I only read part of mine because I think, gosh, well, I'm just going to prepare for the worst and hope for the best anyway, so...
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like...
Yeah.
I mean, what are all these details are going to do for me? But this whole tipping point thing, November, I mean, see, I didn't even read all that, man.
And that's a biggie. Yeah, I think we need to pay attention to that, but just so that we'll be aware and not surprised, and we can examine it and and glory in it, so to speak, whatever the hell it is.
But 1 on a 10, if 10 is your most confident, are you way up there that something really big is going to be happening November 8 on?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's a 9 or a 10 in terms of confidence. So I've got everything in there the same way as I had for 9/11, and I was 85 days early on that and didn't really have a clue, but I knew something that we had a tipping point and life would be different thereafter, and I've got the same data again.
You got the whole farm on Black 30, huh? Man, let's go for it. All right, my friend, thanks so much for hanging out with us. We really appreciate it.
Cool. The rain stopped here. Hope
Yeah,
it
the
has
rain
there.
stopped here for a while.
Okay.
Thanks, Cliff.
Talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Cliff, hi. See, I am so brain dead. I didn't even know about the whole November thing. Well, as we'll say, we'll see.